187x crypto gem Lukso, ticker LYXE, is all set to explode. Price performance has not been very impressive lately, but then again, that represents an opportunity to buy up a quality project on the dip. Because the big news is that Lukso's mainnet is launching tomorrow, May 23rd. What does this mean for the Lukso ecosystem and its token LYXE? Welcome guys to the channel. My name is Maddie and this is Altcoin Buzz. Do not forget about our new partnership with ByBit. They are giving away $30,000 in bonuses. You also stand a chance to win a new iPhone 14. Check out the links in the description of this video or stick around till the end and I'll explain it in a little more detail. Best of luck as always if you choose to invest. Just remember that I am not a financial or investment advisor, and so this video is not official financial or investment advice. What is Lukso, first of all? They're creating the new creative economy. That's what they're calling it. So think of this as a multiverse blockchain network. And honestly, we need it because it's kind of like the actual internet where many things are going to come together. So for example, things like lifestyle industry, fashion, various high-end brands, gaming, NFTs 2.0, design, social media, and perhaps most importantly, privacy. And if they can successfully pull off even one or two of those categories I just mentioned, Lukso is going to be attracting millions of users. The team built Lukso from the ground up, and it's kind of like Ethereum's little brother because it's built on its protocol, but not its blockchain. But before we discuss its mainnet, let's first have a look at who founded the project. This is always important because a strong team, an experienced team, means a solid potential project that stays in the game, whether we're in a bull or a bear cycle. And that is exactly what Lukso is all about. So meet Fabian Vogelsteller and Marjorie Hernandez. Fabian was part of the Ethereum Foundation, and a few of the things he built include the first official Ethereum wallet, Web3.js, which is a tool that became the most used Java library, and the ERC20 token. No big deal, right? And then Marjorie is an entrepreneur and designer. She looks after the fashion part of Lukso. She also has her own website, Dematerialized, or DMAT for short. And of course, this is built on Lukso. So we have here a very knowledgeable and well-established founding team. And that is always a good start. I'd argue it's a crucial first step. And with that in mind, it's now time to understand what's happening with Lukso tomorrow on Tuesday, May 23rd. On May 23rd, the Lukso mainnet is finally arriving. And this is a big moment for the Lukso project. This also brings me to the LYXE token, which is the native token. However, the E actually stands for Ethereum. And then once the mainnet is here, there's going to be a mechanism that will let you transfer LYXE to the Lukso chain. And then here, it's going to become LYX. The current price of LYXE is $10.87. On the whole, you can see it's going down, especially in these last 24 hours. But over the last year, it's 135% up. The market cap right now sits at $180 million, and there is a finite supply of 100 million LYX. Currently, over 15 million are in circulation. However, during the mainnet release, this amount is going to double. So be ready for possible dumps, at least in the short term and temporarily. And that could be an accumulation time for you. It's your choice, not financial advice. But once again, we expect this downward trend to continue in the short term. For context, however, LYXE's all-time high was $41.18, and we are still about 72% below that price. And really, it's one of the few projects that has corrected only under 90% in this bear market, which is a nice thing to see. And one of the big draws with Lukso that will propel it to new all-time highs is going to be the universal profile. This is very significant along with the Lukso standard proposals, LSPs. That's really their core building block. So when you create a universal profile, a UP, it also creates a new wallet for you. And that's in your browser's local storage. Now you receive an email with an encrypted private key that's embedded in a login link. And this is only a temporary measure. The team is working on custom tools. But UPs are also gasless, which is certainly a welcome change. Also, keep in mind that MetaMask and hardware wallets don't work with the UPs yet. However, if you've already created a UP, Lukso will migrate this to the mainnet for you. Lukso based the UPs on the ERC725 account and the LSP3 standard. We'll talk about those a little more in just a moment. The ERC725 token was also created by Fabian Vogelsteller. It proposes a unique identity standards protocol, and therefore it has both a generic key value store and a generic execute function. In other words, it can hold keys and assets, and this token can also add or remove data without having to deploy a contract. And this gives flexible contract storage options. And so Vogelsteller used this token to base the Lukso standard proposals on. Those are the LSPs that I mentioned earlier. Let's have a look now at these LSPs in more detail. LSPs have different functions, and currently there are at least 20 of them. And they can interact with each other. The LSPs are the core building blocks that Vogelsteller built Lukso on. So for example, LSP 0, that's the ERC725 account. It's the main LSP that kind of rules all other LSPs. There's LSP 3, the universal profile metadata is all here. LSP 5, so for received assets, it shows you which tokens are in your account, and you don't need to add them. The LSP 5 does this for you. LSP 6, which is the key manager. This allows various controllers to interact with the LSP 0. LSP 7, the digital assets or tokens, the token contract that allows to create tokens. LSP 8, digital assets in the form of NFTs. So this is the token contract that allows for the creation of NFTs. And LSP 12 for issued assets. This keeps track of all issued assets. So as you can see, LSP 0 is pretty great, and the other LSPs complement it and make it even better and more stronger and more powerful. It's also flexible because you can always add new LSPs. You're not stuck with something that you designed 2 or 3 years ago, and this allows you to have an anonymous or a public account. And so Lukso brings a lot to the table: universal profiles, NFTs 2.0, and cultural currencies. And the NFTs are also very special. They are NFTs 2.0. They use the same ERC725 standard, LSP0, but you can attach various file formats. It's also possible for multiple creators to work on one NFT, or how about a reputation system? And you can also see who created it. There are lots of exciting things happening with LYXE. Yes, we're seeing some price struggles right now. It's certainly nothing to write home about, but this is temporary. For all its terrific ambition and great technology, Lukso is definitely one of our long-term holds. Just want to remind you once again, and as I talked about at the beginning of the video, you can win up to $30,000. Just click the link in the description below. And if you have any further doubts or questions, you can also check out our dedicated and detailed explainer video. I will also include that in the description.